Antony Olivieri gets the call for Rutgers. The redshirt sophomore out of Hanover Park, 4-8 on the season, going up against the 9th-ranked wrestler in the nation, Mikey Labriola, 16-4. The redshirt freshman out of the great Pennsylvania Power in Easton, just across the border.
And Labriola, you want to know how good he is, or at least how good he's been lately. I mean, he took on #1 Mark Hall, a 2-time finalist and a national champion for Penn State. Only lost to him 5-3. He was in that match the entire time. Looks like, just based on the health of some of these wrestlers for Rutgers at these weights, 74 and 84, I would say Joe Grella going to be taking a seat tonight, and I can see him on the bench over there. He won't be warming up for 184, so we'll probably get the freshman John Cheramella at 184 due to Nick Gravina still being in street clothes, and no Willie Scott tonight as well.
Hey, Nick, going back to that last bout with Glasgow, you never want to lose, of course, but he obviously wrestled very well against Isaiah White. That's got to do wonders, I think, for his confidence moving forward.
Yeah, it shows him that he's, I would say, mostly on the level of White. He can be in a tight match with a top 10, top 5 wrestler. And just depending upon what, I mean, again, it all depends on the day, but I would say Glasgow, if they were to wrestle again, there's a chance that would be relatively the same. Maybe Glasgow comes out on top if he gets one takedown. You saw the aggressiveness from Glasgow near the end of that match. I think he needed a little bit more of that. Not to say he was a little bit nervous. We might have been a little bit tight early on in the match. As I mentioned before, White and Glasgow both feeling each other out. Aside from that first takedown, neither wrestler really got in deep on any shots. So, but if you're Glasgow, you know, maybe you're a little bit more aggressive, if you can penetrate the defense of a guy like Isaiah White, I mean, you can hang with any guy in the country.
Less than a minute left here in period 1. And Olivieri going for it here.
He avoided a takedown before, and he's in on that double, or excuse me, the single. He can switch off to that double, but Labriola doing a nice job defending over top here. Olivieri not making it easy on him.
No score as of yet here between Labriola and Olivieri. And now you've got a takedown by Labriola.
Yeah, it's a simple blast double there from Labriola. Not much you can do against that.
So he goes up by 2.
I like what you see out of Olivieri. We saw him a couple weeks ago when he had to wrestle against Oklahoma State at 165. And he hung on for dear life, but hey, he saved some bonus points against Oklahoma State initially. The guys in the matches, or excuse me, I believe it was against Wisconsin, we saw him when he took on Evan Wick and he saved bonus points, which was imperative to that win over Wisconsin a couple weeks ago, Lou. So I mean, he's a tough kid, and obviously Coach Goodale and company trust him in the lineup in place of Joe Grella right now.
You see Scott Goodale there, his 12th season at the helm of the Scarlet Knights, 168 wins. That's the best mark all time for Rutgers coaches. And I'm sure there's many more going to be added to that mark.
Yeah, you see the programs are still, I mean, you can call it that they've arrived already or they're still on the rise. I mean, it's a little bit of both concerning. They have 2 hammers like Nick Suriano and Anthony Ashton, of course, but there's a big recruiting classes coming in as well. So the future's bright for the Scarlet Knights as always. So I believe Olivieri's got poked in the eye or got a little bit of blood on the shoulder as well. Cleaning up Labriola. Just going back to what Goodale's done for this program, and a good recruiting class coming in next season. A couple guys in red shirt right now that are going to be likely stars for the lineup next year. Namely, you look at a guy like Nico Aguilar, 125, could be in the mix there. Down to one of the lower weights. Billy Janzer, who has been discussed this season at burning his red shirt for 184 this season, but they like what he brings to the table, and he might be the guy there moving forward starting next season.
How about that escape by Olivieri?
Nice way to get it right at the buzzer there. That's just great effort. You can easily tell he's not going to stop wrestling this entire match. He's going to go out there, do what he can here, save bonus points. And I mean, like we said, though, this is why you wrestle. Crazy things happen.
And they attend again to Labriola. Second time they had to wipe some blood off his face. So we go to period 2. It's a 2-1 lead for Mike Labriola of Nebraska.
What a fresh period here. Gets an escape here. Ronnie time not a factor. Tie up the match. Up to his feet now. He has to cut at the hands here.
And he gets another point on the escape. He has tied the match at 2.
Again, Ryan time not a factor. I mean, he's in this one. And Labriola, obviously the better wrestler offensively right now, but Olivieri showing some nice defense. Continuing to circle, avoiding these takedowns. Got that tight whizzer in there. It's going to be tough to break out of this one. He's got that leg, Labriola has that leg elevated, but you see Olivieri, that's where they escape again. Not making it easy.
Less than a minute left in the second. Still tied at 2. A stall warning given to Olivieri, much to the chagrin of the big crowd here at the rack.
Yeah, unfortunately, that might be the right call, though, against Olivieri. I mean, you see Labriola continuing to attack. Olivieri, again, great defense to avoid the takedowns, but you don't see any reattacks, and he's kind of just backing up a bit.
There's a 2-point takedown for Labriola, so he takes the lead 4-2. And a point for Olivieri as he gets away again. It's 4-3.
You see Labriola trying to turn on the gas now a little bit. Starting to get a little quicker with his takedown attempts, but good job by Olivieri defending with his front headlock. See if he can do something with it.
And the period will come to a close.
Ronnie time still not a factor. He's only down by 1. He can cut into that Ronnie time a bit with the ride here to start the third period.
Kind of the same scenario we had between Glasgow and Isaiah White.
Yeah, both wrestlers up against it with the guy in the top 10. Well, he's in this match. Couldn't have asked for much more right now if you're Coach Goodale and company.
There's a point for Labriola as he gets away. So he's up by 2 now. It's 5-3. Olivieri trying to hang tough here. And 2 points given to Labriola on the takedown, so it's 7-3.
Yeah, that is just relentless offense from Labriola right there. He kept attacking Olivieri, kept backing up, sprawling, trying to re-attack, but Labriola just too tough, too fast for Olivieri at that point. Major decision not in play yet, but there's still plenty of time for Labriola to make that happen. But if you're Olivieri, you get out for 1 here. I mean, Ronnie time might go over a minute here, but if you can get out for 1, make it back to a 3-point match.
He does. 7-4.
You see the beautiful re-attacks there from Labriola's. You see Olivieri just kind of throwing in kind of half shots, but Labriola just, again, too quick for him. Now you got to be careful. That major decision is going to come into play soon.
It's 9-5. Labriola gets 2 more. He's up 11-5. Remember, he's got 1:15 now of riding time, so that's an extra point.
It's a 7-point lead right now. If it ends right now, he's got to avoid going to his back here. And Olivieri doing a nice job grabbing that wrist of Labriola to avoid going to his back. Has to avoid the near fall points.
Yeah, that's 4 near fall points there. Nebraska's Labriola up 15-5.
unfortunately. You look at 11 points, a little too much to overcome, but Olivieri hung in there tough to that last sequence. I'll tell you what. He wasn't making it easy on Labriola whatsoever.
So it's 18-9, the overall score.